You take anything from the game last fall that might apply here tonight, Mike?
You mean the one we played on before?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure we went through it all, obviously. They're a different team. We're a different team. I think the thing I take, though, right now from our group, and then even last game, is last game I thought we had the puck a ton. But when I went through the scoring chances the next day and then this morning, they were too even for the amount we had. We never got the puck to the net enough. Even though we had inside penetration, we never got the puck there. We got to be more dangerous offensively, especially when we have the puck that much. Sometimes you don't have the puck, and you're just checking, and that wasn't the case the other night. And so we got to generate more offense. And you know, obviously we're playing a good team here today, and their high-end players have done a lot of winning, have a lot of pride, and they're going to be playing here tonight.
If you have Dom and Cap in the lineup tonight, what are you looking for them, especially Dom?
Speed, and the other thing we're doing is we're trying to be able to play 1, 2, 3, 4, play at a little higher tempo. You saw when we had Matty out and we moved things around a little bit, we didn't have as much. We think we can be quicker. Cappy's a real good player. We think he's an NHL player, gives us some speed, gives us some penalty kill, and we're looking to be quicker in that area.
Mike, you mentioned this is a proud team here. They're obviously not where they want to be in the standings right now. What sort of challenge are you expecting from them tonight?
Well, a huge challenge. They're a good hockey club. You know, it's interesting. Every day you come in, you do the pre-scout, you've done a couple days in advance, you look at the team. Doesn't matter where they are in the standing. Everybody in the National Hockey League now is a real team. There's no separation. There's no Wednesday night games like there used to be 10 years ago where you just knew you were going to win. That's just not the case. If you don't bring your A game, you're not winning.
You had Joel on your staff before. One of the coaches that you talk to now and then during the year?
Oh, obviously he's a good man. You know, I go back a long way with Joel, and he's done a real nice job. He's a real high-end coach, to say the least, and likes to have fun.
What does Captain have to do you think, to earn a longer look here than he's gotten in the past?
Well, I think part of it is just making sure our players are ready when they arrive, and so overripe. And you don't want to have a guy here sitting on a lineup. We wanted Cappy to play 20 minutes. We didn't want him to play 10. We want to put his time in and get way stronger like he has, and become a better player and be hungry. We think that's the key to success long term. We put some kids on our team, I don't know, 2 years ago, and then we sent them back to the minors, and then we put them on the team last year. It's becoming a much harder team to play on. As we get much deeper, I think you're really going to see that on the back end as time goes on. But that's a positive thing. The longer you can keep your kids in the minors, that means the better club you have and the more winning you're doing.
Do you see Barrett starting to feel maybe a bit more better about himself?
Well, I thought C's there's two parts to it. There's the part you guys watch, the scoring chances, and the part I watch, and the scoring chances against. Okay, so not only do you got to be able to play with it, you got to be able to play without it. And so, especially at home, we were allowed to play them in the right situations. They're playing with Matty. They're not playing in D zone. You don't sort it out in D zone. And so, but in saying that, we're trying to get him. You know, I don't know how many people remember watching him in the American League. His last year when we sent him down the American League, he was a star in the American League. But just what Johnny was talking about is you bring him up and you say, who is this guy? It takes them 2, maybe 3 years to get back to being what they're capable of being. You just got to hope they're not on someone else's team when that happens. You got to get them to that light at the end of the tunnel quicker, if that makes any sense.
You try to test them a little bit then here on the road?
We'll not try. It's going to happen. There's no way around it, and it's not like they have 2 elite units coming at you. Even when we played Colorado the other night, you're really checking one group. It's easier to match up, and you're at home. There's no way around it. They're just going to see it, and you got to make good plays.
Along those lines, the Hawks are really more than ever trying to blend in a lot of younger players here, along with the veterans that they've had. And what's the challenge of that for a coach? Because you've gone through it a couple of times too. Well, the expectations are so high.
Correct. Well, I remember coming here when I was first with Detroit, and we were just flat out better than the Hawks, and then we had real good series for a bit, and then they got better than us. And that's just the process in the league, and they've been lucky because their guys were so good, so young. Daves and Kane still aren't that old. Well, most teams you don't get like that till you're 28, and then she's over fast. So that's just the process, is working those guys in. The more depth you have, the better coach you are. That's just the facts.
Are you surprised with what the Hawks said, or was this just the salary cap era at this point?
when you're me, you're so busy bunkered in on surviving yourself, you don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about anybody in any other division.
Matthews and his line had a good night against Chicago earlier this season. How do you like how he and that line has responded to the tougher matchups this year?
Well, I think the biggest thing is what you saw from Matty last game, the last couple of games. His legs are back now, and you know, you can say what you want to when you've been out, and then you have the break. It takes you a while. I thought they dominated the game the other night. And now I think that leads to doing it again. Now he's going to play against 19 all night long, and 19's going to do everything he can to make sure you don't notice Matty. He's got a battle.
Maybe it would be nice for Dermott to go to the AHL All-Star game for the recognition while you guys aren't playing, but you obviously figure it's better for him to concentrate on the Leafs.
Well, I don't know. Is that what we decided?
Yes, it was announced.
Okay, so that's what we decided. I didn't know we decided that. I didn't know. I didn't even know what was going on, to tell you the truth. So I apologize for not being more informed.